Everybody, it is Mr. Miserable back at it again. I hope everybody is enjoying their week so far. We're in the middle of the week. Today is February 14th, which means this happy Valentine's Day for those who have a significant other, and for those who don't, I guess we'll call it Han Solo Day. But either way, it's the middle of the week and happy hump day. Let's see, Super Bowl just passed the other day, Sunday. What they say, highest rated Super Bowl of all times. Which I mean, I guess was a great thing for the NFL. I'm not going to get into whether they was watching the Super Bowl because they were trying to see if Taylor Swift was there or not. I mean, as long as the game was good, I really don't really care. And to be honest, what I saw, they really didn't show too many highlights of Taylor Swift, which was a good thing because like I said, I don't mind them showing celebrities, just don't keep making it a talking point. And I think that's where I think a lot of the fans get irritated because every sports shows when fans are there, just when it becomes a constant talking point, that's when it becomes irritating. But the game was pretty good. Um, Once again, Mahomes showed why he will be in the GOAT conversation. I think by the time he retires, he is on the verge. He could be going for a three-peat next year. It's one of them things, and he's only 28 years old. So, they're on the verge of a dynasty. I mean, if you want to call them a dynasty now, you can. But they're there. They're the team to beat, and they will be the team to beat for years to come. That's why Mahomes is one of the highest paid players in the league because he is, quote unquote, if what you want to go off of what Cam Newton said, he is a game changer. He is a game changer. He may not only be a game changer, he may be the game changer. Because as great as Lamar Jackson looks at times, as great as Josh Allen looks at times, and I love both Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, I still have to say until they beat him when it matters most, because it doesn't matter if they beat him during the regular season. Until they beat him in the playoffs, then he still is the cream of the crop. And it's basically everybody else trying to get up there with him. And that goes for Josh Allen, that goes for Lamar Jackson, that goes for Trevor Lawrence, that goes for all of them. Basically, he is the gold standard, and everybody else is trying to catch him. That being said, it's a little unfair to just throw the quarterbacks under the bus because this isn't like UFC. NFL likes to say, "Oh, it's Lamar versus Mahomes, it's Allen versus Mahomes," but the reality of the situation is these guys aren't playing each other one on one. It's the quarterback and his offense going out against the defense, and that's how it is. And I think that's one of the only things I dislike about the NFL because it's like a quarterback will have a great game, team may lose, and like, oh, everybody talking bad about the quarterback, or the team, or the quarterback may not have a great game, but the team win, and everybody's talking about how great the quarterback is. I think it has to be a balance because I think NFL is the one sport where it's like every piece matters. Perfect example is the Buffalo Bills Kansas City game. If Stephon Diggs catches that ball, we're talking about Josh Allen in a whole different light today. If Zay Flowers doesn't drop that, doesn't think he dropped the ball in the end zone or towards the end zone, or if the Ravens kind of didn't sputter a couple of times on offense, we'd have been talking about Lamar Jackson in a whole different tone. Tone, it's a total team sport. I think, and that's the one thing about the NFL that's different from all other sports that it is a total team sport. Like one player gets all the credit in NFL, but it's different from a game like basketball where like basketball, one player can really turn the course of your franchise in one season. And what I mean by that is like perfect example, we got the NFL draft coming up, and everybody's talking about, well, should we draft a quarterback? Should we draft this, draft that? But if you can't protect the quarterback and he's already dead by the time you get the other players, it's like what parts do you have to get? Because you have to draft the quarterback because you got to draft your franchise piece. But then you also got to protect them. Then you got to get them wide receivers who can catch the ball because the wide receivers can't catch, and the quarterback got a rocket for an arm, but the receivers can't catch. Then you got a whole other problem. If you got a running back who can't balance out the fact that you want to throw the ball, then you got another problem. If you got a defense that can't stop people, then that nullifies everything you do when you build up in your offense. So NFL is a total balance, and we saw that. I think Kansas City was a perfect example of that because the offense wasn't world beaters like we've seen in the past, but the defense is finally holding its end of the ball game. Like they had the number two ranked defense this year. So, while people were showing the pictures of Mahomes and Kelsey, I think people kind of sleep on the defense. But we've all heard that old adage, defense wins championships. And that's basically how it was, defense wins championships. And so, you know, it is what it is. It happens from time to time, but NFL is the type league. I think the quarterback gets too much credit and it gets too much blame. And I think it's because they are the face of the franchise. Perfect example is I hate to throw this kid under the bus, but they already signed him, Justin Herbert. They already signed this kid to all this money, and I hate to say it because I want to like Justin Herbert, but it's like I think of all the quarterbacks who signed big time deals over the last couple of years. I'm kind of wondering like why did Justin Herbert get the contract he got so soon? I feel like he really hasn't proven anything yet to deserve the money he's got. But with Jim Harbaugh getting there, maybe yeah, I think it's Jim Harbaugh. I get the Harbaughs confused. With Jim Harbaugh getting there, maybe he'll be able to turn Justin Herbert around. But I don't see that happening with Greg Roman being his offensive coordinator because to me, Greg Roman doesn't fit the style Justin Herbert plays in. Like I've seen Greg Roman with Lamar Jackson. I've seen Greg Roman with Colin Kaepernick. And if you look at Colin Kaepernick and you look at Lamar Jackson, I don't see Justin Herbert style of play in either one of them. I could be wrong, and maybe they'll prove me wrong, but I just feel like that's a weird connection. That being said, it's Black History Month, and Stephen A. Smith had kind of been pointing out the whole thing with what happened in Washington with Eric Bieniemy, and I had kind of did it about a couple of weeks ago when I first heard about Dan Quinn getting fired. Like my alter ego kind of went on Facebook and I kind of joked. I was like, I'm not calling it racist, but it's kind of weird. And whatever happened with Eric Bieniemy in Washington, they said he had a disconnect with the players, and maybe he did. Maybe some of these older guys dealing with these younger players, maybe it just didn't really work out that well. Like I'm not really sure, but it's just kind of weird that like they're so quick to like. I don't even want to say Eric Bieniemy was sabotage, but I kind of feel in a way he was kind of sabotage. So he got sent to Washington, had 1 year with Washington, on a team where they pretty much already knew they was going to fire that head coach. Like they pretty much knew that head coach wasn't making it to the end of this year. You know, he traded a lot of their good players away during the middle of the season, like basically like a whole fire sale. And then like they were like, oh well, there was a disconnection between some of the younger players and Eric Bieniemy. Like when I hear about a coach holding people accountable, then I'm like, is the disconnect on the coach or the disconnect on the players? Especially with a bunch of players in Washington. I hate to knock them. Washington ain't won shit in forever. Washington players in Washington got a lot to fucking prove. Like let's just call it what it is. This man comes from a winning system. Washington ain't won shit. A lot of the players in Washington ain't been on the winning team in a long time. And it just is what it is. Then they bring in Dan Quinn. Okay, Dan Quinn did coach a team that went to the Super Bowl, but at the same time, this is the same man always be known as the team who gave up the biggest lead in the Super Bowl of all time. Dan Quinn will always be synonymous with that. The man who gave up the biggest lead in the Super Bowl of all time. Then went to Dallas to coach a Dallas defense that looked good on paper. But let's be honest. That comment what was it Lawrence made about punching teams in the mouth, then punching them in the mouth again, then punching them in the mouth again. Yeah, that looked good against the Giants. Name one good team the Dallas played this season where they can walk away and say could their defense played great. They beat the teams they were supposed to beat. They got ramrodded by Buffalo, 49ers. They split with the Eagles. Like, they really didn't beat any teams with great records. And it's like, I kind of agree with Stephen A. Smith when he was talking about the whole thing about a sense of race, the race problem in the NFL because, and yeah, I have seen some black assistant coordinators get hired with Washington recently, but it's like they will find a reason to kick a black coach to the side. They will find a reason to get rid of a black coach a lot quicker than a white coach. And white coaches get rehired so quick. Like, if I'm honestly looking at it, I'm like, I heard Washington had signed Dan Quinn. I was like, it makes no sense. Like, it really makes no sense that they would hire Dan Quinn. Then they bring in Cliff Kingsbury as the as the offensive coordinator. This man literally hired to coach in Arizona when they was bringing in. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, I forgot the quarterback, Kyle Murray. When they brought in Kyle Murray, they on purposely brought in Cliff Kingsbury to groom Kyle Murray. And Cliff Kingsbury was gone after what? One. I don't even think he made it through two seasons. Like, and he just got rehired like it was just nothing to it. Like, they find ways to just rehire these white coaches and nobody ever says nothing about it. Like, I think they was talking to Herm Edwards one time and he honestly said when he got his head coaching job, he knew that if he didn't win right away, that would be really his last time coaching as a head coach in the NFL. That really says something to you that white coaches get so many chances and a black head coach will get a chance and then they're done with. Or they'll hit you with that whole BS Rooney rule because the Rooney rule is straight BS. Because remember for years, teams would give Marvin Lewis a chance at an interview just so people would shut up about the Rooney rule. They're like, oh yeah, we're bringing in. Remember because Dallas did it a couple of years ago. They're like, yeah, we brought in Marvin Lewis for an interview. Then go straight hire their white head coach they wanted to get. So you just threw Marvin Lewis out there because, he was just a hot name. So they shut everybody else up like, yeah, but we did give one black head coach a chance. We gave him a black head coach an interview, but we're going to go hire this white guy we wanted the whole time. We just going to say we interviewed this black guy just so y'all shut up. And that's what I feel about the NFL. It is what it is. But like I said, it's Valentine's Day. We got the oh, I'm so sorry because I really don't listen to reggae music, but his bioepic is coming out today. I think it actually came out today. Bob Marley, yes, the bioepic on Bob Marley came out today. So if you're interested into a man who changed the world through music, I say go check it out. I should go check it out so I can educate myself some more on his history. Like I'm sorry, I really don't follow reggae music like that. That's why, like, I really don't know much about Bob Marley. Like, if I hear the name, then I just know it's synonymous with reggae, but I really don't know much about him other than that. So if you're looking to take your date out on Valentine's Day, maybe take him to go see the Bob Marley movie. You know, Unfortunately, we had a comic book movie drop today just as well, Madam Web. I don't want to diss it because it is a comic book movie, but at the same time, every critic review I've seen on it, because first of all, they put an embargo on it, and once they put an embargo on a movie, a lot of times people just automatically assume the movie's trash. So the embargo got lifted yesterday, and automatically, like, the reviews have been coming in, and I have not seen one kind review. I even saw on Yahoo today where somebody said the movie's not as bad as you think it is, it's worse. So once I see it, I'll probably make a comment on it just because I'm like, I don't really trust Sony with doing the whole movies because, like, even though Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man, they've been letting Marvel do kind of like the last couple of Spider-Man movies, so they can have them attached to the MCU. But a lot of their standalone movies haven't really been too good. So it is what it is with that. I just hope everybody enjoy their Valentine's Day. Have a great Valentine's Day. If you got somebody, go out, maybe enjoy something. Go to a nice restaurant. Go to a movie. Where I'm at in the Mid Atlantic, the sun is out today. It's a little chilly, I say, because it's about 50 or 40 something. But hey, go out there and enjoy yourself if you can. Um, Other than that, I don't really know what else is going on. Oh, I did see something. There's a guy I follow on Facebook called Corey B, and he said the perfect Valentine's Day drink. If you're into drinking, I'm not really into alcohol like that, but this does sound like something I drink. Just from the standpoint, I don't like the taste of alcohol. So if you can like, that's why I do like margaritas and things like that. But if I had to just take, like if somebody was like, here, just take a straight shot of vodka or tequila or Hennessy or something like that, I'm not into it. I'm not into nothing like that. But Corey B did a video where they mixed, I think it was strawberry, liqueur, tequila, and he mixed Dr. Pepper, strawberry cream. And I think that's what it was. But he said it's great. He said it was a great drink. So if that's somebody maybe idea for a Valentine drink they want to do, maybe go to a bar and hit that up, or yeah, just go have some fun. Once again, be nice, be kind. Me and Miss Sunshine will be back soon. Like I said, we're just trying to grow our brand, grow our name. Hopefully we're going to get better with the videos. Hopefully people start liking the videos. We're going to come up with better content and stuff. We're still learning our craft. And hey, like I said, be nice, be kind, take care of each other, look out for each other. It's a crazy world out here. So everybody be stable, everybody be functional. And if you are down or depressed around this time of year because maybe you don't have anybody, maybe you feel lonely because it is Valentine's Day, I hope nobody's having thoughts of hurting themselves because of that. Because fuck, I'm lonely. I'm single. I'm single. I'm not lonely. But you know, I know for some people that's a lot to take in. Some people really seeing other people in couples or sometimes like that. It kind of makes them feel a certain way. If you really do feel like depressed or anything like that, because it is quote unquote the day of lovers, then I suggest maybe you hit up 988 like for somebody to talk to. But until next time, people, be nice, be kind, and have a great day.